In the last part, we learned cool facts from Albania to France. Now, we will be looking at Germany to North Macedonia. And stick around for what I have to say about my own country later in the video. Germany is known for its cars, but how did this trend start? Germany's car trend started with the invention of the automobile in 1886. 1 year later, in 1887, Karl Benz, founder of Mercedes-Benz, patented the first automobile powered by the combustion engine. Volkswagen then made great achievements in creating mass-produced cars for the public after World War II. Greece is in debt. Why? Greece's debt problem is due to three main reasons. 1. The government's fiscal policies that encouraged way too much spending. 2. Before the 2008 recession, the Greek economy boomed, but higher spending and accumulating debt followed the growth. 3. Then during the 2008 recession, Greece's debt became too big for it to handle, resulting in Greece defaulting on their debt in 2015. Luckily, Greece is making a comeback in 2024. Are you hungry for some knowledge on Hungary's name? Well, the name Hungary is adapted from the word Hungaria, which is a medieval Latin term derived by writers from the people Ungari or Ungary. The name of the country in Hungarian is Magyarország, which comes from Hungary's most well-known tribe, Magyar. Iceland is a world leader in renewable electricity. But how? Almost all of Iceland's electricity is renewable, with 70% hydropower and 30% geothermal. 90% of Icelanders' homes are heated with geothermal water, and the other buildings that you might see, if you were to go to Iceland, are heated with other renewable sources. As a pure-blooded, Guinness-loving, non-American Irishman, what do I have to say about my own country? Where does our massive GDP come from? Ireland's massively distorted GDP comes from the over 1,500 multinational companies that have set up their operations here. An example of this is Google. In 2003, Google opened its Irish operations with only 5 people. Today, whenever I go into Dublin City, you can see what we call the Google Towers looming over Grand Canal. And today, Google has obtained a massive 115 km squared area in Dublin City. How did Italy invent pizza? The first record that we have of pizza goes back to 997 AD, where in southern Italy, the son of a feudal lord pledges 12 pizzas to the local bishop. Modern pizza emerged in Naples in the 18th century. Naples was experiencing an influx of peasants, and its economy couldn't handle all of the food needed to feed people. The peasants needed something cheap, and so street vendors sold pizza and cut it into slices depending on how much money you had. In 2007, Liechtenstein was invaded by Switzerland by accident. On the 1st of March 2007, a company of 171 soldiers from Switzerland accidentally entered Liechtenstein. They were caught in bad weather and got disorientated. The soldiers took a wrong turn and entered Liechtenstein's borders. The soldiers kept marching for 2 kilometers before returning back to Switzerland. The incident was disregarded by both Switzerland and Liechtenstein. Luxembourg is a very French-influenced country, so why isn't it a part of France? In 1795, the city of Luxembourg was conquered by French revolutionary troops. After the creation of the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg in 1815, it became a member of the German Confederation. In the 19th century, a conflict had Luxembourg on the front line between France and Germany, but, thanks to the Treaty of London, Luxembourg was declared a neutral site. In the 17th century, Malta had colonies. How? When the French colonization of the Americas began, members of the Knights of Malta had high-ranking positions in early French colonial administration, and in 1635 a suggestion was made that a priory would be established in Acadia, which is New France in North America, but was rejected. The next Grand Master was more interested in colonies, and in 1639 Philippe de Longuevilliers de Poissy was made Lieutenant General of all the Caribbean. He began to invest in building projects on the islands and founded new settlements on other islands. Moldova is the least traveled to country in Europe. This is because of 3 main reasons. Moldova is very separate to the rest of Europe. Finding easy transportation can be difficult, mainly due to Moldova being outside the EU and being landlocked. Moldova also doesn't promote their tourism very much because the government has more important things on their mind, like running a country. And finally, Moldova has a bad reputation of being the poorest and most crime-filled country in Europe, most of which is not true. Monaco is one of the richest countries in the world. This wealth began in the 19th century with the opening of the first state-owned casino, the Monte Carlo, and a rail line connecting to Paris. Monaco's beautiful weather and scenery has also made it a great tourist destination for the rich. Monaco also became a banking centre, diversifying into the service sector of high-value industries. Monaco also has low business tax, encouraging companies to set up there. Montenegro's name means Black Mountain, but what mountain? The name Montenegro derives from the Serbian Crna Gora and was first mentioned for the first time in the charter of King Milutin in 1296. The name derived from the thick forests over Mount Lovisen and its area. The forests were so dense and dark that it gave the impression of a black mountain. The Netherlands is home to the world's tallest people, and as someone who is definitely above average height, how did the Dutch get so tall? Scientists have linked 180 genes that influence someone's height. Combined, they all may explain around 80% of the variation of height in a population. Environment and diet also play a role, like a diet that contains a lot of dairy and meat. This is shown through the Dutch. They've become the largest producers and consumers of dairy products. Where is North Macedonia's South Macedonia? North Macedonia is located at the north of Macedonia proper in Greece, which is the largest and second most populated region. North Macedonia geographically corresponds to ancient Paeonia, which has always been a part of Greece. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and subscribe if you want me to do a final part 3, and watch part 1 if you want to learn even more. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching!